All right, guys. Today, good morning. Had the weekend off. The way my schedule is, beautiful morning. Been cleaning outside, and I am going to try to explain something that I have a lot of questions about. This video is about food to weight or food to meat ratio. A lot of people say, "What is that exactly?" I'm going to break it down as small as I can to see if I can get where it's easy to understand. All right, the green side blocks, don't y'all let the blocks, consist of money, what you're putting in a rabbit. The red side is the meat that you're getting off that rabbit. All right? At 4 weeks, the first one, at 4 weeks. At 4 weeks, you're putting very little money in for a lot of return on your rabbits. This is when they're still on their mama. Some people are taking them off, but they're still on their mama. And they're getting most of their milk from mama. And so you have very little money in them because it's all going to the mama. It's nursing them, and you're getting a big return, okay? And that's why I sell pets, because I have very little in them at that age. At 4 weeks, I am doing good because they're eating solid food, but not to the amount that they will. All right, here's 8 weeks old. 8 weeks old, they're eating you at a house and home. If you've had litters of New Zealand's, you know what I'm talking about. You fill that sucker up, and it's empty. But they're gaining more than what you're putting in them. I do not know the exact percentages of this. And so, I can't give, blah, blah, blah percent. But they are gaining more. The weight they're putting on per week is greater than the amount of money you're putting in them. Okay? And that's why, people say butcher by 8 to 12 weeks. I've had people say, why then? Why that? In England, they butcher a rabbit more around 16 to 20 weeks, whereas we like our fryers to go on the barbecue or whatever that. They like roasters, where we have a pot roast on Sunday afternoon after church. They have a rabbit that they put in the oven with potatoes and carrots, okay? And so they like an older one. But the way that got started is at 12 weeks, a rabbit officially costs more per week than it's growing. You're spending more on its growth than you are growing in its meat, okay? At this point, you're putting a lot of money in at 8 weeks, but it's growing faster than what you're putting into it, okay? And at 12 weeks, it switches over from you are feeding it doesn't grow as fast, and so you are paying for more feed than what you're not getting your bang for your buck, because like I said in the other videos, but a lot of people didn't understand that, okay? And so it is, that's why the 12-week is. I butcher mine at about 10 or 11. Sometimes I wait till 12, but usually around 10 or 11 weeks. But at 12 weeks is when it cuts off. At 12 weeks is when more money out of your wallet is being put in feed than what they are growing, okay? And so at 4 weeks, I'm trying to see with this on. At 4 weeks, you are getting good bang for your buck. They're not eating that much. The mom's nursing them, and you're good to go. At 8 weeks, you're still getting better than what you're putting out. They're growing quicker than what you're putting in them. Your money's being well spent. They're growing very fast. At 12 weeks is when they stop growing at that fast rate, and they slow down and start growing like a grown rabbit, but they're still eating like a young rabbit. And that is where you're putting a lot of money in with very little return. All right? Now, another question, I have about a minute left on this video, is what I'm going to, I say you need good stock. You need good breeding. And the reason why, let's say you have a mixed blood buck, mixed breed buck, okay? Then you're shooting yourself in the foot already. Because instead of having these growing that's just through the roof at the beginning, and going off, you're shooting yourself in the foot because they don't grow as fast. And so let's take a couple of these blocks off anyways, okay? And so now you're not getting as good as bang for your buck all the way around. And people that have had a mixed breed litter compared to a pure New Zealand litter know what I'm talking about. They just don't get as big as fast. All of a sudden you have a 8-week-old rabbit that still looks the size of a 6-week-old rabbit. And you're like, why aren't they growing off like my meat pen? It's because somewhere down the line you have a rabbit that's not pure. It has a small breed bred into it, and they're not growing off like they're supposed to. And so you're losing money in that. And that's what I'm saying. If you have a buck that I know he's cute, and he's just, you can tell he's a mix, but he's just a cute, good buck, you still need to replace that buck because you're not getting your bang for your buck. At 8 weeks, you're cutting even instead of at 12 weeks. See what I mean? And so that's why I say get pure bucks, pure does. If you get mixed breed stuff, you're just paying more money to raise these babies up. And as a lot of you know, at 12 weeks, they're still not big enough to eat. And so you wait till 13 or 14 to stretch it out, and you're just spending more money. All right, guys, I hope this helped. Any questions, just holler.